fact.
The fact.
People want to choose when they fuck with you.
People love. You know what these people love. You know what these people love. You know what these people love. It's the motherfucking Reke and Reem podcast. Yeah, it's the Reke and Reem podcast. Yeah.
Here we are, back in the building.
What it do? Back like we
headphone.
never left.
I need more headphone.
Back like lateral passes. Back like them taxes. What else we back like?
I forget what I said to start this episode out, but it's true.
Yeah. We back.
Very back.
We didn't go nowhere, but we back. What it do?
What's poppin'?
I know who I am.
Shouties. The Reke and Reem podcast.
Very.
What is this? Episode 4? I think it is episode 4.
Episode 4. In the grand scheme of things, we're probably at like 106.
Season 3. Yeah.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, we've hit 100. I'm sure. Easily. But we just like to start over because it's like, nah, we getting too close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, self-sabotage. Nah,
yeah, episode 4. Since we started,
better every time.
Probably episode 115. But yeah,
that'd be interesting to count, especially the ones that also didn't get published. Because actually, the ones where we technically started from weren't even the first episodes. We did like 3 before that. Mm-hmm. They just
and then there was
on somebody's camera.
There was a solid 10 that like never got published.
Yeah, for sure.
Solid 10.
Yeah, I'll take full responsibility for that.
I mean, hey. There's also like 30 clips that never got made as well. So
fair.
Actually, I would say like 50. So we even it out.
Just all around slack.
All around slack.
What's poppin', y'all? We're glad you come back to visit.
Yeah.
So we got at least on the audio end, we have at least 4 or 5 people that consistently listen. So shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out to the consistent fans.
Hit us up on Instagram. Let us know who you are. We actually started a new page, Reke and Reem Pod.
Reke and Reem Pod. Follow.
That's Reke.
Can you put it right there?
AndReem POD.
Follow.
I mean, I could put it in both places, but I was trying to spell it out for the audio listeners.
They
ain't spell it. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm done.
Follow.
Or I guess it's also in the description or whatever,
It's everywhere.
They got links. It's written out.
We're global.
Let us know how you feel. Go on YouTube, leave a comment. Like us. Leave us a review.
International.
5 stars, baby. 5 stars, baby.
All right.
That's enough shameless self-promotion.
Self-promotion is shameless.
So today I want to tell you that I went straight to Smoothie King.
What a choice of beverage for a Thursday.
Exactly. So the joint rang up, and it was way more than I normally am used to paying. And I was like, yo, isn't it $5 Fridays? He goes, yeah, tomorrow. And I was like, yo, for real? I was like, oh, wow, it is. In my mind, all day today was Friday. I don't know what about today had me set on Friday, but I'm telling you, I got in my car to go home. I was like, oh yeah, it's Friday. I'm about to get me my smooth. Bro.
Thursdays are high key Fridays.
And then I had to take the L and give him a tip. I was like, yo, he didn't go on me. He just made me laugh. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna give him a tip.
Yeah.
And actually buy it.
That's a good dude right there.
Yeah, but I was so blown. Because it was also twice as much as it was supposed to be, but I was like, I'm here now. I can't be like, ooh, just leave.
It's
too much.
At least Chick-fil-A spares you the embarrassment. It's not like you can ride through the drive-through and then you start talking and somebody's like, we're closed. That was
they put up the barrier. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, true.
That was
I just
you riding around Chick-fil-A Sunday like, oh shit, I ain't never seen it this empty.
Yeah,
still not clicking. You get there, we're closed.
Yeah,
you knew this.
You're right. You're right.
But still,
you ain't see the lights was off. I saw you walking around inside.
Nah, Thursday is the new Friday though.
I
think so. It's becoming a new Friday for
a lot of us.
For a lot of us because
that 4-day work week.
4-day work week. Get your bread. Get up out of there. And nobody we getting money every day, but we working for the man. For a humble amount of time.
you know how else I've been my little portfolio has been working.
Hey,
it's been doing its thing a little bit, and I'm very appreciative. You just check it, and you look up and there's just everything's growing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It takes time.
It's the being able to not OC, like, it's being able to just let it sit there and then just check it every now and then.
Patience, baby.
You gotta have that patience, because if you don't have that patience,
I'm not about to go live.
There's no, see, it, like, you just want to, but then it's just like,
it's good. I'll do it later.
There's a game on right now.
There is. I didn't put the TV up. It's all good.
I mean, it's okay, but that's why we record now, because then they're gonna watch this tomorrow and they got shit to watch.
True.
But yeah, man. Speaking of the game,
learn how to invest. Learn how to make money from assets. Just even if all you can save is $1 at a time, just build a habit and just start saving. And then once you get a little something, just put it somewhere where it can grow. And I don't mean in a 0.01% interest bank account. At this point, there's so many resources online that it doesn't even make sense. Just do that for you and yours and your future.
Money, man.
It's important.
It's free money out here. There's really free money out here. I have to get that tattoo. Tatooine. I gotta get that tattoo soon. Yeah. Money is given, freedom is earned. I gotta get it. It's coming soon. But speaking of the game, Paul George has lost his cotton picking mind.
Oh, I didn't expect you to bring it in like that. What? Okay, yeah. Actually, tell me what happened now, because I don't know.
So Paul George has been going on this publicity tour, talking about how he compares himself to the greats of the leagues. He compares himself to Kevin Durant's, the Giannis's, the people that have won shit that isn't second team.
Oh,
or like
I think I read about that. I think someone was saying that's where the bubble beef came from, because I guess I think it was I read some quote from AD saying that he understands Kawhi saying something because he's the defending champion.
Yeah,
but like. Why is PG talking? Because he hasn't done anything. And so the fact that he considered himself like on their level, they took personally offensive, and that's what their beef was about.
Paul George is like that 1 week girlfriend that starts telling people to take their shoes off in your house. It's like
what? You said the 1 week girlfriend.
It's like the girl that you've been messing with for a week, and you let her come to the crib, and like the
she try to take
through,
charge.
Like, take your shoes off, and it's like,
who are you?
You don't even know where the bathroom at. It's like, nah. But we always love that girl because she held the spot down.
I know what you. I mean, that's too.
That
early in the game.
That scenario that I set was crazy.
But I can imagine. Like I've imagined that being a real thing. I feel like I've been in situations where people just try to take too much charge too early, and then no one pays attention to them. Matter of fact, the first time I became a supervisor, it was like one day to the next. I remember Eli was like, yo, you got to like present this to the group. And it was like 20 of us in the one room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, like, hey guys. And then this one girl been working there for a while just looked at me and just laughed and just shook her head. And it was mortifying.
Terrible.
Because it's like, I'm supposed to be in charge now.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Okay. Just take your assignments. It was terrible.
Yeah, being a supervisor and having to talk to people. Bro, I was the youngest dude in there at all times.
Thankfully, that was years ago. When?
Like, when I've been working there. I've like, until we did the joint with the high school program. But like, I've always been like the youngest worker. But like a higher up. That shit is weird trying to tell a 28-year-old like, hey, bro, like,
that's when you gotta. There's a reason I have this job and you don't.
Yeah, it's like, bro, can you get off your phone?
Start taking them from people.
Hey, I've thought about it.
Yo,
I've thought about it. That's the thing. See, that's the two conflicts in me. That's the real nigga in me is like, I'm going to just take it. And then we going to deal with it. Or there's the, hey, man, like, you want to go to the bathroom and do that?
You just got to remember, yo, when that happens, you're not, as my dad said, when you get elevated like that, they're not your peers anymore.
True. That is true.
End of story. But which goes back to, Paul George.
Yeah, Paul George is out here acting like he won some shit. And it's like, bro, we ain't seen you do.
We need you to show up in the playoffs.
He ain't been okay in the playoffs since he was in Indiana.
Paying pandemic P. But even then, he wasn't, because remember it was who was on that team with him? It wasn't Danny Granger. It was somebody else.
It was Danny Granger.
Oh, when PG had the open look, gave it up, and then tried to go back and get it, and then got mad because he get the ball back. Like, bro, the shot clock was going down. Fam had to shoot it, and then Caden did that too. Caden did that to Dylan in a playoff game in middle school, and I was like, yo,
Caden.
I was like, you. Because he said something foolish, and I was like, "No, you PG'd him. You can't do that."
Yeah.
So you gotta take that first look. I don't care if you missed the last 8.
As Skip would say, George Paul.
That's what he calls him.
Mm-hmm. When in the playoffs, he calls him George Paul.
Pandemic P. That's what Caden was the first person to say that.
Pandemic P.
I mean, but here's the thing, right?
What's the thing?
If he is actually suffering from legit like depression and mental health issues, okay, go get some help.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
take time.
I've been to therapy. It's great. It helps a lot.
And this is not.
But also, you can't be out here being goofy like that. So don't be dumb.
Exactly. That's the point. If you gonna dish it, you better fucking take it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Don't be out here talking, and then when somebody say something back to you, then
every team. Yeah, I see myself ending my career here. Ayo, trade me, cuz. Yeah, I see myself ending my career here. Ayo, trade me, cuz.
Get me out of here. Y'all ain't a winning community. And it's like, we ain't start losing till you got here. We on the same page.
Shots
Where you
fired.
trying to go?
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul George needs
so
to.
The short answer is yes. Paul George is tripping. You know who else is tripping though?
Who?
Uzi.
Yo.
First of all, why would you get such a large diamond in your face, right? Because people have been getting like studs just in random places forever.
Yeah.
But
he had his head studs and
so
his cheeks.
Why is it so big? And then it's $24 million.
$24 million.
So I don't believe he paid for that in cash.
He said he's still paying it off. He said he's been paying for it since 2017.
What do you mean he hasn't had it since 2017? He started paying for it?
No, he said he's been paying for it since 2017.
That's what I'm saying, but he didn't have it then. So he started paying for it ahead of time?
I guess this is something that he's wanted to do, and it was like, that shit is $24 million. And he's like, I'm going to just start making my down payments.
That is the most ignorant shit I've ever seen in my life. And then you see the picture of him when he must have bumped it or something. It was just bleeding heavy.
Oh, shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was just like a thick, like, what do they call it? A rivulet of blood. Just it was, yeah. But it's also like, yo, so if somebody gets the drop on him, he might die.
Yeah, he's a little as fuck. But granted,
I'm not talking about because I'm talking about because if somebody decides to rob him, they don't even have to steal his watch or his jewelry. They can just rip the joint out of his forehead and like he might just bleed out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. He's
like,
little.
Is it in his skull? Like where is it? I don't know.
That is
why?
Yeah, like where? Because this is all skin, so that means you would have had to like get some type of.
It's big too, yo. Why?
It's big as hell.
I mean, I guess do your thing, bro. If you feel like that's what it is, like do your thing.
I wonder if he is getting some type of like if he has some type of.
Him and Paul George need to go to Iyanla
or something.
Like it's not a branded diamond. It's a pink diamond. What deal do you have? Like Mary Kay? Is it a Mary Kay diamond? Now is he selling makeup?
He might be. Like it's Uzi. He does shit.
Yo, we need him and Paul George to go to Iyanla.
See, that is an interesting type of debt to be in. Paying off $24 million.
But he was paying for it before he even got it.
True.
What kind of debt is that?
It's a debt that you literally are like, I want this debt. Because it's like you can't stop paying now. Unless I don't know how well he's done in his career.
That's a good point. He could stop paying, but then what? Like they're just gonna hey, bro, we gotta. And then they have to charge him for the surgery to remove it as well.
Yeah.
Or just snatch it out, put some gauze in there, and hope for the best.
Exactly. And that's why I said I don't know how well he's doing in his career.
Maybe
because
that's why he had to
Uzi
pay for it ahead of time.
Some hits.
Maybe that's why he had to pay for it ahead of time, though. Ahead of time. No, but because.
Snuck it in there.
Because they had to make sure he had committed enough money so that way they at least had some kind of coverage or leverage before he stopped paying and they had to come take it back.
Yeah, I'm probably sure there was a couple mil down payment, like 2-3 mil as a down payment type thing.
It's
But
it's 2021. He started paying in 2017.
that's a
So
lot of money.
even if we're generous and say he started paying on December 31st of 2017, that's still 3 full years of payments before he popped up with it. That's an outpatient surgery.
That's like, only thing I can compare that to is like if somebody, like, that's like paying for an F1 through a lease.
Not
This
even.
is a $50 million car.
I've been thinking about that too, right?
And it's like,
It's deeper
why
than
would
that
you
though,
lease
right?
a $50 million car?
I mean, it's not even that. It's buying it, but you're paying for it years before you get it, and it's
Now that
basically
you've gotten
used
it.
by definition.
Yeah. Now that you've gotten it, the value is going down because you just put a diamond in your
Aggressively.
head. Yeah. It's not even worth 24 mil no more.
I mean, jewelry is like that. Period. You buy jewelry. That's what somebody was saying. Who was I watching? I can't remember, but it's this dude. You know, he used to buy clothes, jewelry, whatever. But he said that you go to a jewelry store, or even if you go to a suit store, talking about suits, if you buy a $3,000 suit and try to sell it back, they'll laugh. You go, get $10,000 worth of jewelry made or whatever, no one's gonna buy it back. So unless your personal brand is so big that you could resell it at some point if you're a hit, great. But otherwise, you spend a bunch of money on something that immediately has, at least it has the core value of the precious metals and the stones. But you also paying for all the extra craftsmanship and markup and like for what?
That's
for
the
what?
thing that's gonna suck when he turns like 38.
I do want
He's
a
like, I
Cartier
want to take
bracelet,
this shit
though.
out. How much can I sell it for?
Regular ass diamond.
300,000.
Uzi's brain diamond on
They're gonna be
eBay.
like, you can let this go for 300,000.
He's gonna sell
It's
it
like,
for
I paid
1.5
$24 million.
Bitcoin.
Think about that. When it's time to take it out and you want to sell it, it's like you can get this for
And
350,000.
11 Ethereum.
Yeah, 11 Ethereum, some some Ripple.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
is still
I don't
in
know, bro.
change.
I don't
That
know.
shit shot up yesterday randomly.
What did?
Ripple.
Oh, I think I peeped that. I thought you were talking about Ethereum's been
Like,
bumming too.
Ethereum has definitely been bumping.
Some man was like,
Ethereum
"Yo,
and
I made
Bitcoin-
$13 today. You better get in on this." Like, bro, I've been in on this.
Yeah, that add a couple zeros to that 13, my boy.
Just one, just 1 0. It's not. I wasn't in that early.
This is when we cape for the fans.
Oh yeah, sorry, I 3 zeros. My bad.
This is the winter home.
I wouldn't have a winter home here.
I don't think anyone would have a winter home here.
Yeah,
This is the home you have when you trying to just be in.
You're trying to get into politics.
Yeah, when you want to get into politics and like, yeah, that's it. If you want to get in politics, that's when you get it home in DC. And then even then, still probably not the best place because they don't even get shit done here. Go to like Fort Worth or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Fort Worth is.
All right. That's a good segue. So I have a question for you and for the fans and the listeners. Like I said, Reke and Reem pod on
This one's
Instagram.
for you.
Jump in.
You
Weigh in
number
in
one.
for us. But the
Number
question
one.
is
This
is
for you.
Instagram ruining vacations?
I don't know which button to press, so I'm not gonna press a button. Yeah, I think so. I think Instagram has completely ruined vacations.
Tell us about it, Reke.
I think Instagram
I should
makes
get a-
people
I should
go
get
to
a drum
places.
roll button.
We should get a drum roll button. There's another button that we need to add that I said I was going to add. I want to replace it with this.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I have it on my phone. I just haven't sent it to you yet. But yeah, Instagram has definitely ruined vacations because Instagram makes people want to go places where they really don't want to go. Like, it makes people want to do shit that they really don't like just because the moment looked cool. Or because they're like, oh, I want that. Like, they'll see the couple in the place and it's like, oh, I want that. And then they take the trip and it's just like, I don't like none of this shit. And then you don't like it there.
They go outside and take one picture.
They don't even take a picture because it's like, it's cold as shit. And you just be inside pouting. Or you go somewhere, oh my God, the sand looks lovely. You're not even a beach person. So you out there just baking. So now you upset. You the one person that got to wear sunscreen. Because you don't never see
you got that good beach
sunscreen in
sizzle.
IG pictures. You've never seen sunscreen in an IG picture unless it was a parody.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I'm just saying, people not paying attention to things.
Yo,
So-
you know what I realized? Did I tell you this? No, it wasn't you. I think I might be low key spectrum because when people send me pictures, I look at everything but what they took the picture of. Because the background is always so much more interesting than whatever they took. Because most people's pictures
It's
are trash.
always better.
But it's just like, are those real bricks?
No, for real. Most people just send you shit and they just be like, all right, all right, that's cool. But
Like, yo, why is your faucet running? It's like, fam, what?
it's like,
You
were
don't
you
see his
washing?
outfit? Yeah, but like the
Were you-
faucet's running.
Yeah, it's like, were you washing your hands? Then you're like, I gotta flick this. And it was that pressing. You just turn. Is your phone wet? Is your phone working?
Oh, God.
Nah, yeah, I've seen. Or the joint where it's just like, where are you right now? Like, are you in the air?
Yeah. Oh,
who
goodness.
took this? I can see both your hands. It's like hands free, bro. Did you press it and throw it in the air?
Now you hit the timer and sprint. Hit the
No.
timer, sprint, and pose.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that.
Shut up.
Yo, somebody gotta go back through the episodes and keep a count.
Oh, how many times I hit
Just
my
do a
tooth?
montage of you bopping yourself in the teeth.
I make it obvious because I always lean my head back like I got punched. But Instagram has definitely ruined travel because it's not about the experience anymore.
Yeah.
It's about telling people where you went. And it's about telling people that you want to impress so you go somewhere that it's going to impress them. I'm not saying that everybody does this, but like
too many people.
there's a lot of like all the people that went to fucking Cancun this year or last year.
I mean, some of them were some thotties just trying to get thottied.
Yes. By who? What niggas you know living in Cancun?
Yo, they all
Just
went
take
right
your
after
ass
the
down
NBA
to U
playoffs.
Street. Oh. Okay.
Oh, you ain't peep. You didn't peep that after the playoffs were over.
All the thoughts went down there.
Everyone.
That's sad.
I'm getting the charger.
That is truly sad.
But it was like it was a joke on like large media outlets.
Oh yeah, I just didn't pay attention to that at all. That was also because the NBA ended at a weird time, so people were free. Like niggas wasn't in school, niggas wasn't in work, they was at home. So it's like, ooh, that dude that I followed that has 30,000 followers and is engaged, I'm gonna go see if I can work some magic. And the fucked up thing is they do. That's the funny part. But yeah.
That and also let's be fair and recognize that some levels of thotting are full-time jobs.
It's not even thotting.
Yo.
It's work.
I don't even okay.
If you're getting paid off of it.
I don't think everybody is.
Not a lot of people are getting paid. A lot of people think they're getting paid because they have things. Because they get experiences. That's not payment.
You heard the story about Shaq? Where he was just
That's
giving girls his
slavery.
per diem. I mean,
Shaq is a cold boy.
yo, he's a shrewd businessman.
He is a shrewd businessman.
Oh man,
Now it makes sense as to why like Shaq was married to one person, and then after that, it was just like I think he did marriage with the person he loved just to see what marriage was like with the person he loved.
yeah, and to have
And
kids.
then they both were like, "All right, this was cool."
yeah, and have kids in a family, and they did
Yep,
that.
They did that for a few years, and the kids got old enough, and it was like, "All right, you want to go do your shit now? Yeah. You want to do your shit? Yeah. All right, bet." That's an interesting relationship. See, that's the side of your soulmate that people are afraid to address. You feel me? What if your soulmate is like for 3 years, but they still your soulmate because y'all still on the same page, but it's just like y'all on the same page.
Yeah,
That's
my yeah, my dad always says something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like
He's
there's
like,
two sides
God
to-
put me and your mother together to make y'all. I'm like, okay, like thanks. I guess.
no cap. Hey, hey, that's what I've been reading. I've been reading a lot on, not reading a lot, but like educating myself. I guess I've been reading. I've been reading quite a lot. Yeah, on like soul ties and connections and people being connected and like the ways in which connections benefit and disbenefit you. That's not a word. You know what I mean?
Nah, just keep moving.
But yeah. And there's so many aspects to it. That's why a lot of people out here like going in the wrong directions because they're looking for the wrong soulmate. They're looking for the wrong soul ties. It's like we all have soul ties to somebody. We all have soul ties to multiple people, actually, because we're multifaceted people. We live under the moon. We live under the sun. We're affected by different energies. So there's different energies that connect at all times. And I think a lot of the times the energies that we fixate on are the ones that
are not the best ones for us.
Yeah, they're not. The ones we focus on are the ones that we just want. We've said this thousands of times on the podcast. All right, next topic. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's and just in aspects of life, like you say, a business partner. Like some people look for a business partner to do a certain thing that they don't do, but the problem is that's not why. No, like you need someone that's gonna make you do the thing that you don't do. In a sense.
Both.
Like dependent on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like you can't look for nobody. Is what I'm trying to get to. It's pointless.
No, you don't think you can look for somebody?
Because you're too biased.
Interesting.
Like you can't go out and be like, that's what you can't do that. No one can do that until you get to a certain point of just understanding yourself. But then at that point, you're not looking because you understand energies and the energies just track.
What you're saying.
Like there is no, like, that's what I was saying earlier today about like why the dating apps and shit just are so off to me. Cause it's like,
yeah. I mean,
this isn't a conversation. This is me saying a thing, and then if you agree with that thing, it's like, bet this works. Let's try to make this work. It's not like that's.
I mean, there are some folks that have found some good success on the dating apps.
I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that shit don't work. I'm just saying like.
But I'm not gonna front. It is weird. I had a foray for a little bit, and then you just. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like you. I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like
it's like whatever, yo.
It feels like
I've had better luck on Twitter.
It feels like I'm commenting on people's Facebook posts. Well, like that's what it feels like reaching out to people. Like, hey, that's a nice shirt.
Yo,
because I'm not the hey beautiful you like. I'm not that type of person.
That's you don't have to be because I'm not either. You can just be yourself, bro. Just be yourself.
I'm a weird dude.
That's all. Yo, trust me. Trust me. It's out there for you.
I ain't tripping. Look, this is getting personal. This is not about me.
Hey, listen, the wave started going. I just grabbed my surfboard. Let's keep moving.
All right. This is why you can't let me
all right, I got
be the wave half the time because we going into the rocks. But I'm fluid like water, so it don't hurt me.
All right. So here, let's talk about goals real quick, because you mentioned something the other day, and I saw it too. That really stood out to me.
Yeah.
So, actually, there's a couple ways to introduce this. One is, despite the pandemic and factories being shut down, Ferrari had a minimal reduction in their profits. In revenue. However, their orders are booked like into 2022. Okay. Somehow Ben Baller got himself a SF90.
Somehow.
Bananas. Okay. It's one of their newest models. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It doesn't even make sense, right?
Yeah, that's a nice Ferrari. I'm not gonna lie.
So he had the picture talking about he bought it with Bitcoin, which is crazy because congrats to him.
Yeah, shout out to Ben Baller for just being on game. Real life motivation.
Yeah. So there's that, right? Then he's showing like the interior of it with like, the steering wheel where you swipe and all the screen changes and it has a GPS and yes, other cars have that too, but it's just, you got to see it. Anyways.
It's different because this shit hits like 230 easy.
Yeah.
That's why it's special.
So after all that, he has a post with big, bold letters. And it says that he still hasn't hit any of his career goals yet. And he made them 30 years ago.
30.
Right?
30.
So, I've heard one other person say anything similar to that. And it is the good homie Dan Pena. And he always says your goals are not big enough. And then if he could go back and do one thing over, he would make his goals bigger. And when he coaches his students, or devotees, as he would say, on goal setting, he says to set goals that you won't be able to achieve in this lifetime.
Yeah.
And Ben Baller is the first person I've ever seen to actually say something like that aligns with that completely separately from where I heard it from.
Yeah,
and it kind of shifts your whole perspective, right? Because like we were talking the other day, when the pockets was thin, my only goal was I just want to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to check my bank account.
Yeah, real shit.
I mean, and that happened, but like, now what am I motivated to do, right? So for someone to say they had goals that they set 30 years ago, they still haven't achieved, I'm like, yo, I gotta throw everything away and start fresh and really think like, what would I be willing to commit the next 30 years to and still not actually get over the finish line?
Yeah, especially when you look at someone like Ben Baller that has achieved, in our eyes, so much.
For sure,
like so much. Like this nigga is, he's just done a lot and still doing a lot. But I was having that conversation with my friend the other day. It's like, if basically saying the exact same thing. Like if you think you can, if your goal is some shit that you honestly think you can do, it's not a goal. That's just you telling yourself, I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people's goals aren't goals. It's a to-do list. Yeah.
Carry on.
Cause like if you're thinking about a goal, it has to be some shit that like when you achieve it, you know that like you did some shit.
Or your life is different.
Yeah, like your life is different. Your life is completely different on goals. Like that's why I don't think goals are interesting to set, because they have to be tangibly intangible. Like it has to be some shit that is achievable, but probably not. So like, yeah, like you said, it's tricky. Like you said, what am I willing to dedicate my next 30 years to? And that's a question a lot of people don't ask or don't know how to ask, because a lot of people don't even know what they're ready to dedicate their next 5 minutes to. So when you start thinking about years, and especially in times now where it's a weird encouragement, because it's kind of contradictory the way that the youth, like people my age, are encouraged. It's like we're told these are your golden years, like try everything, but then at the same time it's like you need to, like, if you really want to win, you need to pick something and fucking commit to it and work out. And it's like those contradictory thoughts, because you see successes on both sides. As a 23-year-old, it's hard because you see, like, I have friends that took the corporate route and they doing good at their young age. And then I have friends that bet on themselves and they're doing good. And
then there's me in the middle, and I'm like,
and then there's me, like, and I guess that's
the
tail. That's kind of like the tail of it, is that the gray area is the contradiction.
Yeah.
And it's just,
that's a good one. I mean, yeah, that's funny. So the reason why that jumped out at me is just because, you know me, I'm a very cut and dry person.
mm-hmm.
And then a lot of times the response I get is, well, it's not that black and white, there's gray. But they're like, only because you don't understand. But I'm going to use that next time. The gray area is the contradiction.
The gray area.
Like, what?
It's like there has to be gray area, but you have to understand what, like, you got to understand that the gray area is in a form of contradiction. It's taking both sides and combining them together.
Yeah.
Both sides are two opposite things. So it's understanding that, yes, that is the contradiction.
Yeah, I think though, I don't know, the tangibly intangible thing, it's interesting to me. Because, like, I could say is obviously if you try to conceive of a goal that's impossible, then like how do you conceive of it, right?
Exactly. Like it's some shit I can envision myself doing, but not in the current state of my life. And I think that's where the mentality shifts, because that's what I was telling my friend is like, you have to get in a space to where you're not like where your life, you understand that to get to a certain place you have to live a certain way, and then the goal becomes making that way of life a standard, like an everyday standard. Because you, like we were talking the other day, you have to be the person that you want to be, no matter what level you're at.
A luxury once experienced becomes a standard.
Exactly. Even if it's not experienced, you still got to start doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like anything. Like for me, I want 30 fucking cars. So I'm building a small 30-car garage. I can't get the real ones, but I can damn sure get the small ones that I want.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I was like, small and 30 cars don't go together, but I got you.
Yeah, the scale model, you know.
I got you.
So it's like, it's me understanding that it's like, I can do everything that I want to do, but you have to understand at what level of that thing that you're doing, and that has to become the standard. So it's like, I understand now, like, if I want to keep getting these cars, I have to keep getting these cars. Like, if I want to keep on with that of improving and keep doing it, then I just got to keep doing it. It can't be a day where it's like, you know what, I got too many. Like, I don't like, these shits ain't real. I can't keep buying it. It's like, no. Because then I don't want to, I'm not going to have that mindset. I wouldn't have that mentality if they was real. Because I'll be like, look at all these cars. I'm about to drive this one. It's like you have to train yourself in a way of thinking for a future that you're not at. Like that's why I love when Kanye West says he's always thinking 10 years in the future. Elon Musk says some shit like, when I answer questions, it's 10 years in the future. Like, you have to almost start, you literally have to start thinking like that.
For sure.
Which takes time and dedication. And it's like, I think that's what a lot of people have trouble with when they're trying to commit to something, is they don't understand
the time frame.
Not even the time frame. They don't understand what they should be focusing on in that time frame. Like, they're still focusing on the tangible goal rather than making the life changes that will make that tangible goal an everyday thing. Because it's all about you.
Yeah, I think the way that gets communicated is like, you pick the goal that's long term, and then you create the processes that'll get you there. In other words, habits, and then you basically forget about the goal and just execute on the habits the whole way.
Exactly.
And that will eventually carry you there.
That's what I meant by when I say you have to make that way of living a standard.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, this is just what I do because this is how I have to live.
Yeah.
Not because, I want this one thing, but because to be in the position where I can just go get that shit the way I want it to, I got to be good in everything. Yeah. So to be good in everything, I got to work on everything.
Or you just got to be, top 0.0001% and whatever.
Yeah, or you just got to have that daddy's trust fund.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in terms of what your strengths are, because you're not going to be able to shore up all your weaknesses too. But if you know what your strengths are and you just double and triple and quadruple down on until you're just the best at whatever. Like, there's a story about Michael Jordan where he was at somebody's house and they're like, yo, pass me the Phillips head. And he like passed him a wrench. Yeah. It's like, bro. But on the court.
Yeah. He knows everything about basketball. It is.
Yeah.
And you see that with, like, I see that with people that I know now. Having conversations with people that have played sports their entire life. And they just like.
Talk about nothing else.
Have nothing. Either it's the music they listen to, the girls they messing with, or what they saw on YouTube or Netflix.
Yeah,
and then it's just like,
I used to have friends like that.
I think it's
we're not that close anymore.
We're starting to distance myself. We're starting to stretch apart. But it's what it's like. Like, it's just so.
Have you ever seen the Oh yeah. So earlier when I was talking about the I Still Love Her, I forget what we started talking about. Oh, that's what it was. It was that Instagram video. But it's this account called I Still Love Her, and it's I Still Love H.E.R. And it's a German girl. She posts these clips of interviews. There's one with Akon telling a story about how he went to the movies with Michael Jackson and almost like got away with it, basically. Like almost got to the point where they went in and came out and no one recognized them. But they were talking while they're in the theater, and I think he called him Mike too many times, and some little girl turned around and they started calling him Dave. And then by the time they were leaving the mall, like the whole mall was following them out. But basically up until that point, they were good. Like he was just standing there with the hoodie on, kids were running up. He's like, oh shit, they're coming to Mike. And they were going to Akon. And then so he kind of looked over and Mike was like, yeah, go ahead. So he's like signing autographs and stuff. They don't even know Mike is standing right there.
Shit crazy.
And so he's talking about, he was saying how Mike is mad funny. He's always telling jokes. He's just like, a really happy, excited person. But then you think about all that he accomplished, like you don't accomplish that much without having that like killer attitude about your work, right? And so to hear him talk about this super joyful side of Michael Jackson, but then also be aware of just what it takes to live at that level, for me, it was kind of reminded that, you can actually be both. You don't have to be like, a raging asshole 24/7. Like when it comes to your work, yeah, you kick everybody's ass. But outside of that, whatever, have fun. So that was that gave me some solace, I'll say.
Yeah, you can be yourself. You just have to know who you are.
Just commit. You got to be super duper. Because I wonder how many hours a day Mike spent either, dancing or in the studio or just creating. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on what part of life he was in, because he has an interesting story as to where, as children, they were basically constructed into like an act. Like their father basically whipped them motherfuckers into shape.
Yeah, and the Catholic Church says, give me a child till you're 7. I got him for life. So it's Mike starting, he was 5. So all he knew was a 10, 12-hour dance and sing days. So that's probably all he did, like for mad time.
I would say, yeah. I would say he probably was like that for a long amount of time, but I will also say that he probably did get, he probably was on the 10, 12 hours a day, just dance, sing, dance. Because like if that's all you know, that's all you know.
Because it's scary when you start noticing that some of your habits are your parents' habits.
Yeah. It's terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yeah, get the fuck up out of there.
Shit, it don't matter how far you go. It's going to happen anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to just be conscious about pivoting on that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I agree with what you're saying. Like, I don't know why I just try to take credit for your words.
It's all good.
After they came out of your mouth.
It's the Reke and Reem pod.
Yeah. But, like, that's what I meant by you have to be aware of who you are. And a sense of who you are is where you come from. Because you're going to pick up shit. Like, we get shit from our grandparents. Like, we get shit.
For sure.
I was reading something where it was like, you have to, like, the person that you are becoming is you paying reverence to your ancestors in a sense. Like, the ones that came before your parents. Because, like, a lot of stuff, like, there's a lot that, the difference was, I feel that's what it was. The differences between you and your parents are the differences between your parents and your grandparents. So it's like the shit where you differ from your parents is the things where you probably have in common with your grandparents.